Hello! I'm in two different videos right now. Welcome to class. Today we are in chill. It's been a while. We are going to do a water flow today, and then we will use the wall for a restorative portion of class. So just keep that in mind for the second half of the class. We're going to scoop-a-doop your mats next to a wall or a supportive surface. Maybe it's a couch. And hello. And so you can start to get ready. If you need any props, grab your blocks, and maybe you need pillows. We will be doing a pose that needs pillows or blocks or blankets, whatever you can find. We'll make it work, but we'll want the equal size and shape per side. Okay, so let's get ready. Hello, welcome. Start to find yourself onto your mats. We're going to start out in child's pose. You can find whatever shape you need to. If child's pose is not the shape today, find what you need to find. Otherwise, you can go for knees out wide, toes to touch, reach your arms in front, and maybe your forehead finds the ground. Allow your elbows to rest down. And take a moment to just feel where you are. Maybe you give your body a slight little wiggle, imagining you're burrowing yourself into a more solid ground, as if it's sand. Allow your elbows to be heavy. Allow your shoulders to relax. And start to give yourself this moment to notice where you are. You can notice the texture of your mat underneath your fingers. You can notice the sounds around you. Or even the airflow, the temperature on your skin. Take note of these small details and bringing yourself into the space, which is here and now. And starting to notice what's going on in your mind. Are you here? Are you fully here? If there's something that isn't here right now, can you recognize what that feeling, what that memory is, and what feeling or emotion is associated with it? Take this space to acknowledge that feeling. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it all go. Bringing yourself into your breath, noticing the breath going in through your nose. Feeling your rib cage expand on all sides, even in the back, into your belly. Exhaling, pulling the navel in, imagining your rib cage zipping up toward its midline, and breathing everything out. Find your own rhythm here, and we'll stay here for 8 full breaths. About halfway, allow your body to soften here, your jaw, your brow, even your hips. One last inhale. And exhale it all out. Start to spread your fingertips wide and allow each fingertip to touch down to the mat. Start to tent your palms up, lift your elbows, and walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Inhale deeply into the rib cage. Draw your left hip back, away. Find length into the left side of the body. And slowly start to walk yourself over to the left-hand side. Draw your right hip away. Inhale into the right side of the body. Feel that length. Exhale, finding your release. Walk your hands to center. Press your palms down into the mat. Keep your elbows lifted. And start to draw your hips up. And we're going to find a wide-legged plank. Press your body over to the left-hand side and press your hips back. Inhale, press your mid-spine up towards the sky. Draw your hips up. Exhale, draw yourself over to the right. Find that big, wide circle. Inhale, draw yourself back up to the middle. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale to center. Draw those hips up, spine up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, bring yourself up to center and find your way into tabletop pose. Stack the hips over your knees, shoulders over wrists. We're going to draw both fingertips towards the body. If this is too intense for you, start to walk your knees in slightly. If it isn't, stay where you are. And you might want to start bringing your weight back towards your hips. Find what feels good to you. And maybe you'll give some micro bounces here. Should be stretching into the wrists, up through the forearms. If you have more tightness in the neck, you might feel it all the way up. Now stay where you are. Start to press your fingertips in to the mat. And we're going to peel our palms up even more. So you should be feeling a stretch into your hands here. It should be feeling good. So find what feels good to you. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Start to sit yourself back onto your feet. And we'll just give some big figure eights with our hands. Gently moving it out and in. Palms together. Find a little clasp here. And just draw figure eights with your knuckles. Reverse direction. Most challenging part of the day. And release your hands, make some stars, spread your fingers out as wide as you can. We often have our hands curled in, especially in this day of technology. So imagine you're creating huge bursts of beautiful lights, maybe rainbows are shooting out. Get your jazz on. Bring your arms up overhead. And if you're sitting on your feet, hopefully you'll stay there. If not, sit on your feet. You're going to draw your left arm behind you. Start to lift your hips up and draw your right arm behind you. Find this little back bend. Slowly sweep yourself over to the left and over to the right. Right hand stamps behind. Lift the hips, arm reaches behind. Find the sweeping motion over to the left. Lift your hips, right arm reaches. Bring yourself down, sweep over to the right. We'll find one more round of these here. Over to the left. And over to the right. And bring yourself to center. Tops of feet should be into the ground. We're going to stretch the tops of our feet, which is something that is hard for me. So what you're going to do is you're just going to bring your hands next to your hips or even behind, depending on your mobility here. Tops of feet into the ground. And then you're going to start to lift your knees up. Find your own mobility here. You should feel your ankles starting to open up, the tops of the feet, and maybe into the shins, depending on who you are. One more breath. And let it go. Ooh, ah. Hands down. And we're going to tap the tops of our feet. But also tuck the toes and just feel how nice it is to stretch the base of our feet. Plant the hands down, lift the hips up, first downward dog of the practice. Keep your legs as bent as you can here. First squatted dog. Draw your sit bones away from you. Find length in the spine first. And start to straighten your right leg. Draw your heel down. And bend alternate legs. Bend into the right, left leg straightens out. Find the slow motion walking. Maybe you're imagining a moonwalk here. And take whatever movement you need now. If you need to swish your heels from side to side, getting into the side body. Or maybe you just need stillness. Find stillness for 2 full breaths here, lifting the sit bones up high, finding your triceps wrapping around outside towards the midline, heels down towards the earth. Long spine, maybe your weight towards the back of the room. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk to the front of the mat. Bend into the knees once more. Grab opposite elbows. Ragdoll. Slowly draw yourself over to the right side. And draw yourself over to the left side, finding that big long sweep. Bring yourself back to center. One inhale. And exhale, let it go. Release your arms down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lower back draws towards the ceiling. Mid back, upper spine, neck, head. Arms draw up high. Exhale, find your back bend. Cactus your arms, draw your sternum up. Inhale, arms reach up high. Exhale, find your back bend. Cactus your arms, sternum up, elbows out a little wider, a little lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sternum reaches up high, elbows out wide. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant hands, step back to plank. Knees down, lower down to the ground. Hands outside of the mat. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, right shoulder down. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, roll it down. Hands outside of the mat, your chest, tuck the toes. Make your way to downward facing dog. One more full breath here. Find your stillness. Exhale it all out. Inhale, left leg reaches up high. Exhale, bring it outside of your right foot. Bend deeply into your legs. Draw your sit bones back behind you. Weight towards your legs. Start to reach your heels down towards the ground. One inhale here. One exhale out. Root down into the left foot. Draw your right foot forward. Step it through, low lunge. Inhale, cow lunge. Drop the hips, rise the chest. Exhale, cat lunge. Straighten both legs, round the back. Bend into your right foot, root down. Draw your left foot outside of right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw yourself up to stand. Arms reach up high. Exhale, left arm down. Right arm reaches over towards the left. Maybe your sit bones draw away from you, over towards the right. Inhale, back to center. Arms reach up high. Exhale, right arm reaches over to the left. Slowly find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, root down right foot, left foot steps back. Find your cow lunge. Drop hips, rise chest. Hands root down into the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. One full breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, right foot reaches up high. Bring it down outside of left foot. Bend both legs, draw your weight behind you. Sit bones reach far away. Start to straighten your legs, draw your heels down towards the earth. One breath here. Exhale out. Root down in right foot, left foot steps forward. Find your cow lunge, drop hips, rise chest. Exhale, straighten both legs round the back. Root down into left foot, right foot steps forward outside of left foot. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise yourself to stand. Arms reach up high. Exhale, right arm down, left arm reaches over. Inhale, both arms reach high. Exhale, left arm reaches over. Maybe left hip is reaching away. Find that big bend here. Slowly find your forward fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward folds. Root down, left foot, step back. Find your low lunge, cow lunge, rise chest, lower hips. Hands plant to the earth, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend knees. Walk forward to the front of your mat. Feet hips width distance apart. Bend deeply, grab opposite elbows, maybe goofy grip this time. Start to windshield wiper over to the left side. And windshield wiper over to the right side. Draw yourself back to center. Hands reach down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise yourself to stand. Arms reach up high. Exhale, cactus arms, lift the chest. Draw your elbows out wide. Inhale, arms reach up high. Exhale, find that back bend, elbows out wide. Draw them down and back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, arms reach up high. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Plant hands, step back to plank. Knees down, lower down to the ground. Hands outside of mat. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, left shoulder down. Inhale, up. Exhale, right shoulder down. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll all the way down to the ground. Hands outside of chest. Bring yourself up to downward facing dog. One full breath here. Take your inhale. And exhale it all out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring it outside of left foot. Bend deeply in both legs. Reach your sit bones back behind you. Find length in your spine. Start to straighten both legs. Heels reach down to the earth. Root down in right foot. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Root down in left leg. Right leg draws outside of left. Inhale, halfway lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw yourself up to stand. Arms reach up high. Right arm down, left arm reaches over. Start to peel your left elbow away from you. Open up towards the left side. And exhale, reach it back over to the right side. Start to find your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root down, left foot, right foot steps back. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, step back, downward dog. Reset, one full breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step outside, right foot. Bend both knees. Draw sit bones away from you. Start to straighten both legs. Heels draw down towards the ground. Root into your left foot. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Weight into right foot. Left foot steps out of right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw yourself up to stand. Arms reach up high. Exhale, left arm down. Right arm reaches over to the left. Start to draw your right elbow away from you towards the right side. And bring yourself back to that left side lean. Slowly find your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, root right foot, left foot steps back. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step back, find your downward facing dog. One full breath here. Find that expansion in the back side of your body. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your legs. Walk to the middle of your mat and roll yourself up to stand. We're going to do a quick little standing up pose before we lie down. We're going to bring our feet out wide, toes out, heels in. Bend deeply into your legs. And if you can, maybe you have a prop here, maybe you just use the floor. First off, we're just going to bring our hands to the ground or to this prop. And we're going to sit our sit bones down. Let's start to draw our sit bones away, finding length into the spine. You can find this micro movement here. Just imagine you're floating in a tube down the river, just having a nice little bob. Imagine your hips opening up here. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. So allow yourself to find ease in this motion. And maybe you just find stillness here and allow your weight of your hips to sink down. If you're using the floor, slowly start to press yourself up to half lift. Bring one hand to one thigh, the other to the other. Draw yourself up to stand. We're going to slide our hands down our thighs. Inhale, find length. Sit bones reach down. Crown of the head reach tall. Exhale, draw your left shoulder down. Find a twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, right shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale to center. Exhale, right. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to center. Draw yourself up to stand. Bring your arms up big and wide. And we'll get to using the wall. So if you missed the beginning of portion of class, we're going to use the wall for our restorative poses. So give yourself a moment to readjust so you can find a wall, a couch space, whatever you can prop your legs up on or your body. And if you can have 2 blankets or 2 pillows, please go find those to be near you. First off, we're just gonna do a little heart opener. So we're gonna bring our legs out a little wider than hips width. We're gonna bring our hands up to the wall and draw our sit bones down. Find length into the spine. And start to draw your heart towards the wall. If you have mobility in your hamstrings, you can start to straighten your legs here. And if you want that stretch in your back legs, you can straighten your legs. Eventually, maybe you can find your chest towards the wall. Maybe your chin is on the wall. But maybe you just keep that forehead on the wall. Allow yourself to be supported here. There's a lot of options. And some days are different than others. So just listen to your body. We'll stay here for about 5 more breaths. Remind yourself that you are supported here. This wall is not going to fall down. It's got you. So after doing this water flow, we're attempting to find some grounding. And a lot of grounding comes with trust, trusting in what's holding you up, trusting your body, trusting the ground, the structures around you, the people around you. Start to let your exhales flow as long as you can. Finding that restorative phase in our breath. One more breath here. Exhale it all out. And slowly allow yourself to come out of this pose. Make some big arm circles. Wiggle it out. And we're going to find ourselves on the ground. One of my favorite poses here is the supported frog pose. It is just so nice. We will be here for a little bit, so allow yourself to find that adjustment. You're going to find yourself on the ground. And the frog pose is one where our knees will be bent at 90 degrees. So you might need to scoot yourself up depending on the openness of your hips and your flexibility. So ideally, our soles of our feet are on and stabilized onto the wall. You want to take your blocks, blankets, or pillows and wedge them out right outside of your hips so that you have a little bit of added support. Since we're going to be here for about a minute, probably about 2 minutes, you just want to have that extra support so your hips can sink into something and not just willy-nilly open up. Arms, you can have one arm on the belly, one on the chest if you want to think about your breathing, or you can have your arms open to a T or a cactus. Find what you need here. And start to let your toes relax. And let your quads relax and your glutes. Can you let your fingertips be heavy? Can you let your arms be heavy? And your shoulders. Imagine your brows being heavy. Opening up the space in between your brow. Letting it melt away. Back molars have a little gap in between them. Tongue is heavy. And can you let your thoughts be heavy along with this? Maybe if your thoughts keep running around a certain subject or a memory or the future, bring it back to where you are right now. Notice what's around you. Notice what's happening in your body. And maybe you bring your focus to your breath. And take about 10 more breaths. Breathing deep into the belly. Allow your belly to relax, expand as much as it can, as much as it needs to. And anytime your mind goes somewhere else, notice it with curiosity and bring it back. Just here, just breathing. And start to bring your hands next to the outside of your thighs. And allow your arms and hands to ease your legs closed like a book. Push your props over to the side. Bring your hands out to a T. Take an inhale. And exhale, drop your legs over to the right side of your body. Supine twist. If it feels okay to you, bring your gaze over your left shoulder. And maybe you start to settle your eyes, settle your gaze. Imagining a gentle twist in your spine with each exhale, wringing it out. Two more breaths here. Slowly start to bring yourself back to center, legs back up towards the wall. Take your inhale. Exhale, legs drop over to the left-hand side. If it feels okay to you, bring your gaze over your right shoulder towards your fingertips. And maybe you allow your face to settle even more. Allow your hips to settle. Wringing it out. A couple more breaths here. Slowly start to make your way back to center. And we're going to just shimmy our way even closer to the wall. Until our sit bones are right against the wall. For our final pose, legs up the wall, in which your legs go up the wall. Here, similar options to the frog pose. You can have one hand on your belly, one on your chest. You can have your arms out to a T, arms in a cactus. Find what feels good to you. Allow yourself to explore if you're not quite sure. And get those micro adjustments in so you find that settling down. Before we go into complete Savasana, open your mouth and wiggle your jaw from side to side. And open your mouth as wide as you can. And close it down. Open your mouth wide. And close it down. One more time, open wide. And close it down. We'll close with 3 lion's breaths. So on your exhale, you want to stick your tongue out as long as you can, and you'll make a hissing noise. So it will sound something like this. So take your inhale as deeply as you can into your belly. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale as deeply as you can into the belly. And lion's breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale, lion's breath. Just let it all go. Let your core go. Let your feet, your hips, your hands, your shoulders, your head, and your face. Let it all go. And for this moment of Savasana, let your thoughts go as well, and just be here. And please allow yourself to stay in this pose as long as you need to. And with this, I will bring my hands to heart center in gratitude for sharing this practice with you today, for being in the same space, of being right here and right now, flowing and grounding. Thank you and namaste.